Hello, hello, hello. Hello to my Capricorn friends. Hello to our mystics. Hello to our subscribers, and hello to everyone else who's new here. I am Charles, Mystic Charles. And, yesterday, we did the Sagittarius reading. And I mentioned that I gave a certain lady way back when, I don't know, 30 years ago, a flower that probably came from a cemetery. Now, I didn't go to the cemetery and take the flower away. I just happened to be in the vicinity of the cemetery when a big storm came by. And all these loose flowers blew into the street. Well, I'm guessing that's where they came from. The cemetery. And some people are a little funny about cemeteries. Hey, I don't see anything wrong with them. Didn't know where they went. And a lot of my acquaintances would love to get a flower from a cemetery. There's a lot of energies in cemetery flowers. So, no, I didn't go and take them off graves. They just happened to be all over the road that I was standing at. So anyway, no, a lot of people find many uses for cemetery flowers in my type of lifestyle. Anyway, we are here for the Capricorn June 2016 love reading. And let's see what goes on for Capricorn. I'm Capricorn this time around. So, let's see what we got. Well, our one friend mentioned about wishes the ex would stay out of their life, and looks like for Capricorns, looks as if some of your exes will make a new appearance. There seems to be some new romance sparking up in your life. This on the exes. So I think some of you will give it another shot with that person. That's good. And some of you won't, apparently. That's what I'm getting. If somebody is thinking about getting someone a gift, an expensive gift, that you will probably find the way to do it. That's what it's looking like. You're coming out victorious on some sort of merchandise, some sort of materialistic item. And if you're still not sure on how you're going to be able to get the gift, it could be a ring, it could be some item. We got Father's Day coming up, so it could run along those lines too. Father's Day gift. But I see creativity on your side, as in finding a way to do it. Now, I wouldn't go overboard if you just can't afford it, and try not to make more monthly payments on things, because monthly payments might be the reason why a lot of you might be stressing in your household. So the household looks like you're probably married or living with somebody. Those monthly payments will get you, they add up. Some people are not sure on whether they can get something, and I mentioned Father's Day, so this is probably showing that don't worry, is there something that you can do, something you can make? You know, maybe give your sweetheart some handwritten coupons for a massage, or make a special dinner if you got the items to do that. But it isn't always the price on the gift that makes it better. Sometimes gifts could be given in special, unique ways that don't cost anything. I'm going to do some more cards. Looks like June, I still got that there. Looks like June, some of you are thinking about possibly changing your ship status to not being in a relationship, and that's where a negative is actually a positive, where I think you might be making the right choice. So apparently you have several reasons, and you're thinking with your head. You thought about it for a while. That's good. If it's not good for you, remove yourself from that situation. You know, I'm seeing several reasons why you want to leave that relationship. I'm going to take a peek at people going on dates, dating. June, for the daters, it looks like you're going to have a little bit of disappointment on at least one date. Looks like many of you will be going on more than one date with your, I don't want to say significant other, or significant other in training, but yeah, you might have multiple dates, and at least one of them might not be that good, but others look like they could be very good. I'm laying out some more cards. Let's see what else is going on with dating. Some people, I got the UK on my mind. UK, Europe. If you're over in that area, be careful with that person who you are dating. Give that person a little more time for you to get to know them. That person might not turn out the one, to be the one that you really want to be involved. I don't know. So your thing is that it's like a person at work, new employees, if you're a boss or a supervisor or whatever. People look pretty darn good when they first start, but then after they relax, then you start seeing some pretty negative behavior that you're not too happy to have around you or others. Now that's the way it's looking for people dating. Got some good stuff and some cautions. Looks good. Could be worse. I'm not done. I want fresh cards for the married folks. Married. Legally, spiritually. Man, woman. And any other combination that we have out there. I just want to see some bonding, the ring, the circle. Just take a peek. I want to take a peek because we can. Married folks, living or not living together. Yeah, I got people away from their relationship. Not because of argument, separation, because of work or military deployment, or there's some people away dealing with some family problems too. But don't worry. For the ones waiting for that person to return, it looks like they might be returning pretty soon. So that's looking really good. Some of you in relationships that are, again, wondering, this is a different group, it's the married group, wondering whether or not you should stay in a relationship. Well, give it a little more time. Things are a little low right now, but it will probably increase probably towards the end of the month. First couple of weeks, you still might have some doubts. Couples living together, it looks like June is a good time to make some sort of purchase that you've been thinking about. That's a combined purchase, but if you're married or in a relationship, what's mine is yours. So that's why it's coming out as a combined purchase. Doesn't matter if your partner buys it, well, it's still part of your purchase. Because it's something that you're both going to use. It's not like the gifts that we saw for Father's Day or giving earlier. Do something childlike, especially older couples. If you're a little stagnant in your relationship right now, we have that you might want to try something that you haven't tried in a long time. Now, don't go out and hurting yourself doing some sort of activity that you haven't done in 20, 30 years. But maybe go visit someplace that you guys haven't visited in a long time. Go visit an old friend that you used to, if they're still around. Go visit them. Bring back some memories. It'll make you feel good, couples. Now I'm thinking about the mostly guys who don't like to go shopping. I think some of you will have to deal with that for now. Something coming up in June. But remember, you love her. Remember, you love them. Put up with it, right? I want to do men and women who are wondering about someone who's not with you, someone that you would like to be with. I want to see things in general. I'm with you. Long night. Alright. See, this is for people who know of someone who you would like to have as part of your life. So it's not where someone's coming back. It's, where I'm going with it. Well, for people who have more than one person in mind, you're going to have a tricky month with making that work. All right, I know you don't want to go with the first person that pops up, but you got a couple people that you find favorable. But for June, try not to lock yourself into one relationship. I don't mean go, crazy, doing things with a bunch of people, but just don't jump the first person if you're only interested in that first person. But this is showing you're interested in more than one person, so yeah, you still don't make any sort of commitment on that person just yet. I guess that's going along with what we saw earlier of take your time. You might not be so happy with the results of the first person, so maybe it's in your favor to see more than one person in June. And if you're wondering if a certain person, if you're wondering about a certain person, and wiggle the mouse, you probably will get contact. Contact looks pretty soon, looks pretty high. And you're probably going to be pretty pleased about June relationship goes with this person that you were unsure of. We have Justice too. Some of you might be, well, we already have that your first pick might not be the one, but you might already be going through that. You've been seeing more than one person, but you know, hey, you're not in a locked relationship yet. But yeah, some of you are going to find out pretty fast in June of someone who is not going to work out for you. And it will be kind of sad to you. You wanted it to work out, but it just doesn't look like it will. Maybe give it a little rest. You know, you want to say totally goodbye to the person. You know, you might just want to say, you know, let's slow it down. So, that's the way that goes. And I want to see things in general again. See what else we pick up. I want to see. I saw for other zodiacs, several zodiacs, that I'm looking at commitment. See if Capricorns are going to get a favorable result if you're waiting on commitment. But I've seen it in several of the other zodiacs that June's a good month for commitment. Yeah. This is looking good for Capricorn too. Some of you find that the other person is looking for a commitment, but you just didn't know that they were. So if you're wondering about asking that other person to make it a little more regular thing, June looks like it's a good time for you. I get a few that might be disappointed and it's not going to work out. But if we're talking about the scope of the world, that amount of people in the world, the few is pretty low. So I'd go for it. And if you're waiting for a commitment, it looks like many of you will get that. And the commitment actually might be marriage. Not just, you know, will you go out with me? You know, I want to go out with you. No, it looks like a long, strong commitment for many of you. And some of you, I'll go back here to you in your present situation. Some of you don't know that this commitment question might be coming. If you're not ready, well, take that request from the other person. Take it, you know, not accepting, but, you know, give that person a little hope while you think about it. Say, you know, something like you want to sleep on it, on whether or not you want to go to the next level in your relationship. But for many of you, it don't look bad, you know. But this is for the people who didn't know that the question was coming towards you. Not too many people will be let down by it. Don't be too tough if you're asking somebody to make a commitment to you. Try not to push them away by being overly loving. All right? Don't make the person feel awkward. So, looks pretty good for Capricorn. No, I just thinking about the cemetery flower again. Nothing wrong with that. Anyway, this is the final episode for the June love readings, Zodiac readings. Thank you for watching. Thank you for clicking on my little picture, the thumbnail, and coming to visit. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not a subscriber. You can just click that little box over there. There's the little me on it. I'm actually holding a broom, not riding a broom. It's called the besom. And you also can subscribe by clicking my little sparkly up there that says click here to subscribe. So next week we'll be starting the Zodiac readings for the month of July. And don't forget to watch my morning rush reading. That's something that I release Monday through Friday at midnight Central Standard Time. I release it at that time so that, you know, people waking up in a lot of the countries will have a little reading waiting for them while they have their coffee before rushing out the door. And I think we should end this real fast. So like the video, please. Thank you. Leave comments. You know about subscribing. And we will see you next week, starting with the morning rush on Monday morning at midnight. And then later in the day, probably about 1 p.m., I release, I believe it's Aquarius Zodiac reading for July 2016. So I'll catch you later.